Hi, this is Jaya. In this video, we shall see the summary of The Shroud, a story by Munshi Premchand. The characters of the story are Gishu, who's Madhav's father, and Madhav, Gishu's son, and Budhiya, Madhav's wife, Sahib, the village landlord. The themes of the story are poverty and class, selfishness, gender, and religious hypocrisy. The story goes like this. A father and son, that is Gishu and Madhav, they sit around a burnt out fire outside a hut. And it is late night. Inside, the son, Madhav's wife Budhiya, is in labor, that is, she is going to deliver her child. And she screams and suffers as she tries to give delivery to her baby. Gishu says that it appears Budhiya is dying and encourages Madhav to go and check on her. But Madhav does not see any point in checking on her, and he also hopes that if she is going to die, she will go ahead and already die, and he would rather not see her in pain. And Gishu tells his son that he is being hard-hearted. Gishu and Madhav come from a family of charmers, an untouchable caste group in India. They are known for being lazy slackers. Gishu and Madhav prefer to wander around doing nothing, and no one hires them because they are very bad workers. And they always wear only rags and have hardly anything in their home. And they just live off by stealing the peas, potatoes, and other crops by digging from other people's fields. Madhav and Budhiya have been married for a year, and during this time, Budhiya has worked hard to feed Madhav and Gishu, which has only made them even more lazy. And now these two continue to sit around the fire eating potatoes dug up from someone else's field. Gishu and Madhav are too impatient to wait until the potatoes cool off, so they eat them burning hot, bringing pain to their throats and tear to their eyes. Gishu again tells Madhav to go and check on Budhiya, but Madhav again refuses. And Madhav worries that if Budhiya gives birth, they won't have anything to feed the child. But Gishu assures him that they will manage with whatever gifts the villagers bring the small child. As Gishu and Madhav eat potatoes, Gishu recalls a feast he attended 20 years ago. The occasion was the wedding procession of a landlord. Gishu said that he has never eaten that kind of food or had such a full stomach since, and he praises the generosity of the landowner who kept serving his guests as much food as they wanted without limit. And Madhav expresses the wish that someone would offer them such a feast now. But Gishu says that such a feast would never happen nowadays since everyone is worried about economy. They would prefer to save money rather than spend it on weddings and religious ceremonies. When they finish eating, Gishu and Madhav cover themselves and curl up to sleep by the fire. Budhiya continues to mourn. In the morning, Madhav enters the hut and finds Budhiya dead. Her baby has died in her stomach. Madhav and Gishu begin to weep loudly and to beat their chest. Following the ancient custom, their neighbors arrive to console them. Both father and son go to the village landlord Sahib. Gishu weeps, tells him what has happened, and begs him for money so that they can give Budhiya a proper funeral. The landlord hates them and wishes to send them away, but he puts his anger aside and gives them 2 rupees. Madhav and Gishu continue begging throughout the village, and within an hour they manage to collect 5 rupees along with wood and grain. Women from the village come to look at Budhiya's body while other villagers prepare the bamboo poles used to carry the dead body. Meanwhile, Madhav and Gishu go to the market to buy a shroud to cover Budhiya's body. At the market, father and son remark that no one will really see the shroud since it will be night time. On top of this, they feel the shroud will go to waste since it will burn along with the body anyway. They spend the day looking in at various cloth sellers' shops but do not buy anything. Evening falls and Gishu and Madhav arrive at a wine house. At first they hesitate to order. Then Gishu goes to the counter and asks for a bottle of liquor and some sesame seeds. Eventually they order snacks and fried fish. They sit down on the veranda and drink peacefully. As Gishu and Madhav drink, they become elevated and their discussion turns to the shroud. Gishu asks what point of a shroud is since it will only burn in the end anyway. And Madhav wonders whether the gifts given to the dead really accompany them to the dead next world. Gishu takes this point a step further, pointing out that the wealthy can waste their money on the dead, but poor people like them don't have any money to waste. Madhav worries what they will tell people who ask where their donations went. But Gishu reassures him that they'll come up with some excuse. Even if people don't believe them, they will donate again anyway. Madhav and Gishu order more food and become drunker, spending nearly all the donated money. They say that Budhya will surely go to heaven since she was so good in life. She was even good in death since she gifted them the dream of their lives, a fine and abundant feast. In another moment of doubt, Madhav wonders if he and Gishu will go to heaven. If they make it there, he wonders what he will say to Budhya when she asks why they didn't give her a shroud. Gishu again reassures Madhav, saying that Budhya will somehow have a fine shroud at her funeral. Night settles in and the wine house becomes more chaotic. The patrons all look at Gishu and Madhav, who are fortunate enough to be sharing a whole bottle of liquor between the two of them. When Madhav is done eating, he proudly gives his leftover food to a beggar. Gishu tells the beggar to eat his fill and to bless Budhya. Madhav says that Budhya will become the queen of heaven. Then his mood changes quickly and he begins to weep on account of how much Budhya suffered in her life. Gishu tells his son not to weep since Budhya is lucky because she has escaped the bonds of worldly illusion so quickly. Gishu and Madhav begin to sing and dance. The whole wine house is absorbed in the spectacle. Highly intoxicated, father and son jump around and fall over until, finally overcome with drunkenness, they collapsed. And here ends the story. If you have anything more to add on to what I've said, please write it in the comment box. Like the video, hype the video, share it with your friends, and if you have not subscribed my channel, please subscribe and support. Thank you.